Hello students. So now in this lecture we're gonna start with a very fresh and new topic, that is chapter number 8 from Max 2, binomial distribution. As I can say that this binomial distribution is the extended part of the chapter probability. As you all might be knowing, the probability chapter which was there in 10th standard, as well as it was there in 11th also. And in 11th standard there was one more chapter known as permutation and combination. So that permutation and combination chapter which was there in 11th standard, it will play an important role in this chapter. So you should know the basic things of probability as well as permutation as well as combination chapter. So as the chapter is very short and simple chapter, in this chapter it contains only one exercise and it contains only 12 sum, hardly 12 sum, not more than that. And we'll divide this chapter into two group, that means into two types. So we'll divide the 12 sum into two types. We'll consider this first part, mean variance of the binomial distribution, as type number 1, and this binomial distribution as a type number 2. So as I said, the chapter is very short, easy and simple chapter. We'll divide these 12 sums into two group, two types, type number 1 and type number 2. As your type number 1, it is based on some formula, and type number 2, it is based on only one formula. This formula, it is known as binomial distribution. And type number 1, this formula, when you have to apply, when you have the ready-made values, ready-made values for n, p, q. What is n, p, q? I will explain afterwards. Okay, just remember type number 1, it contains 3 4 formulas. This formula you have to apply when you have the ready-made values of n, p, q. Type number 2, as majority of the sum, it is based on type number 2, and type number 2, it is based on the formula called binomial distribution. So this formula, this whole section is a binomial distribution formula, and this formula you have to apply when the format of the question is in the form of statement sum, statement sums. As out of 12 sum, majority of the sums, as almost 7 to 8 sums are there, it is based on type number 2, and remaining 3 4 sums, it is based on type number 1. Just remember this. Remember type number 1 as mean and variance of binomial distribution, and type number 2 as actual name of the chapter, it says binomial distribution. Okay, now we'll start with the type number 1 first. We'll see the formulas. So here the first one is what? Expected value of x. Expected value of x, it is equals to np. For expected value of x, the symbol which we use in short, it is denoted by e of x. We can write in short e of x. This is known as e of x. E of x means expected value of x. This e of x is also known as, in simple language, we can use the word mean. It means in the question, if this says that you have to find mean or expected value, the formula remain same. So the formula is what? np. The second formula is variance of x. Variance of x. So for variance of x, we write v of x. What we write? V of x. So this v of x is known as variance of x, and the formula is n into p into q. So now we'll see what do you mean by NPQ. Here N is what? Is number of trials, we can say. It is just a number, remember, as a number only, as a number of trials we can say. P is known as, for this chapter, it is successful probability. What do you mean by P? P is known as successful probability, and here Q, we can say, it is known as unsuccessful. Okay, so here N is what? Number of trials, we can say. P is what? Successful probability, and Q is what? Unsuccessful. Or else we can say P is known as, we can write in simple language, success, and Q we can write as failure. Now what do you mean by the success and failure? It means, suppose if a coin is tossed, if a coin is tossed, if a coin is tossed, okay, if a coin is tossed, that means a single coin is tossed. So what will be the outcome? Okay, either it will be a H or it will be T. Yes, sir. Suppose if I say there is one question, H2O is a symbol for water. So your answer will be what? Either it will be true or it will be false. So for this second question, focus here. If I say H2 is the symbol for water, either it will be true or it will be false. This true is known as successful probability, and this false is known as unsuccessful, that means failure probability. So if you consider this true as P, so false will be what? Q. Like here, if I consider this, a coin is tossed, if the outcome is H and T, if I consider this H as successful trial, successful probability, so this true will be what? This, sorry, tail will be what? Failure. Got the point? So actually P and Q are, both are what? They are the probability only. But which probability? This is successful and this is failure. In simple language, if this is head, so this will be tail. If this is true, so this will be false. Got the point? Understood? Okay, but the both the meaning of P and Q is what? It is known as what? Probability only. So this P is successful probability, and this is Q is what? Unsuccessful. That means we can say failure probability. Got the point? Okay. Now, so here we got the idea about NPQ also. Okay. So here what is the first formula? It was expected value of X, it was NP. Variance of X, it was NPQ. And the next formula is standard deviation of X. So here for standard deviation of X, we can write SD also. Okay, standard deviation of X we can write as SG, or here there is one symbol like this. It is not actually 6. This is like this. Okay. So actually it is a Greek letter. So in Greek it is a lowercase. In a Greek letter, this lowercase is known as actually sigma. What we say? Sigma. But we know that's for sigma we use this symbol, but it is a lowercase symbol. It is also known as sigma. Okay. So for standard deviation we'll use this symbol, and in the base we'll write X. So this is known as standard deviation of X. So which is equals to square root of variance of X. So here can I say square root of variance of X means what? Variance of X means what? V of X. Yes or no? Or else we can say V of X actually it is what? NPQ. So in short we can say that standard deviation formula is what? Square root of NPQ. Okay. So it means, suppose a variance of X, if they had given 16, for example we'll take 16, so what will be the standard deviation? Standard deviation will be what? Square root of this 16. Square root of 16 is what? Square root of 16 is what? 4. So this 4 is known as what? Standard deviation. Understood? Got the point? Okay. So as the formula says that standard deviation is what? Square root of NPQ. That means square root of variance. So whatever the value of variance is there, simply find the square root of that number. So you will get standard deviation. So we'll move on to the next one. The fourth formula. The fourth formula is P plus Q equals to 1. When you will add the successful probability and unsuccessful probability, that means success and failure, the sum will be equals to, sum of the probability will be equals to 1. As suppose in the question, if it says that we have the value of P, you have to find Q. As we have P, shift the value of P to the right hand side, you will get the value of Q. Or vice versa, if you have Q, you can easily find P. So this fourth one is also a very important formula in the type number 1. Yes or no? So here we have 4 formulas in the type number 1. The first one is expected value, which is equals to NP. The second one is variance, NPQ. The third one is standard deviation, which is square root of NPQ. And the fourth one is P plus Q equals to 1. So remember this part as type number 1. So we'll divide this full chapter into two type. Type number 1 mean and variance, type number 2 binomial distribution. Okay, so but see to that majority of sum it is based on type number 2. So now we'll move on to the next type number 2 formula, that is binomial distribution. As here P stand for probability, x equals to x equals to NCX. So here we'll see now what do you mean by C. Here C stand for combination. Just remember C stand for combination, as in 11th standard there is one chapter, permutation and combination. Without knowing the concept of permutation and combination, we cannot start with this chapter. So in detail we'll see in the next video, as in this video we're gonna start with the type number 1. We're gonna deal with the sum with the type number 1. So in the next video in deep we'll see what do you mean by combination, what is permutation, what is factorial, each and everything we'll see in the next video. As in the next video we'll see in deep what do you mean by n. As for the type number 1, as I said, just remember n as a number of trials. But in the next video, next lecture, you will see in deep the meaning of n, the meaning of p, the meaning of q. You will come to know what is c. Yes or no? So then the formula for combination. Okay. So there are lots of things which we have to learn in the type number 2. So in the next video, I will explain each and everything in detail. Okay. So just remember C stand for combination. Okay. N is a number. X, just remember X here is to find, to find. Just remember like that. X means what in this chapter? To find. If the question says that, like if I say find the probability that it shows exactly 5, what it shows? It shows exactly 5, 5, 5. So the value of x will be equals to what? 5. So the value of x from where you will get? From find. Yes or no? So just remember x means what? X means what? To find. Just now only I had explained the meaning of P and Q. Okay. Successful probability, unsuccessful, success and failure. In simple language, if P is true, Q will be false. If P is head, Q will be tail. Got the point? Understood? Okay. So this was we can say type number 1 and type number 2 concept. Okay, so now we'll start with the sum of the type number 1. As in the type number 1, clearly we can see that only there are 3 4 formulas which you have to remember, and see to it that this formula we have to apply when you have the ready-made value of n, p and q. Okay, so let's begin with the sums. So let's check 2 3 examples based on type number 1. Okay, so here the first one is what? First question is what? Here we have the value of n equals to 10, p equals to 0.4, and then you'll find the value of e of x and as well as v of x also. Both the value we have to find. Okay, as I said that in type number 1 you will have the ready-made value. Apply the formula, simply substitute the value, you will get the answer. Okay, as the type number 1, it is short and simple, so the weightage of this sum will be what? 2 marks. And for the type number 2, each and every sum based on the type number 2 is of 4 marks. 4 marks. And type number 1, each and every sum based on type number 1, it is of 2 marks. Okay, so now, so first we'll find e of x. Okay, first we'll write the formula for e of x. So what is the formula for e of x? Is what? N p. Yes or no? And for v of x is what? V of x is what? N p q. As here we can easily find expected value of x, that means mean is also known as mean. Yes or no? Expected value also we can say. So here we have the value of n and p. N and p. What is n? 10. What is p? 0.4. Okay. So when you will multiply, you will get what? 4. Here no need of writing any unit, centimeter, meter, keep as it is. So here we got e of x, that is 4. Okay. So now the next part is what we have to find v of x. So for v of x, what is the formula? npq. So here we have the value of n, that is 10. We have the value of p, that is 0.4. Okay, and we have to find the value of q, because without the value of q we cannot find v of x. At a time we cannot find q and v of x. Yes or no? So here first you have to find the value of q. So as we know that, you will apply the fourth formula. As we have the value of p, substitute the value of p, you will get q. Yes or no? So we'll write p plus q equals to 1. Yes or no? So therefore p is what? 0.4 plus q equals to 1. So therefore q equals to 1 minus 0.4. So you will get 0.6. Yes or no? So now simply substitute the value. What is n? 10. What is p? 0.4. What is q? Just now we got, that is 0.6. Okay, multiply. So this will be what? 0.4 into 0.6, that will be 0.24, and into 10, so you will get what? 2.4. So here we got the v of x also. Understood? Got the point? How to apply the formula and how to find the answer. So in this way you have to present your sum. So let's move on to the next, second one. So for the second sum we have the value of n equals to 25. Now here we have e of x which is equals to 10. We have to find the value of p, and we have to find the value of standard deviation. Yes or no? Standard deviation of x. Okay. So Now here we have the value of n and e of x. So we have the formula of e of x. What is the e of x formula? It is np. What is e of x? 10. What is n? 25. So using the formula of e of x, easily we can find the value of p. Yes or no? Understood? So therefore, p will be equals to what? 10 upon 25. So therefore, p will be equals to, okay, 5 2s are 5 5s are. So here we got 2 upon 5, the value of p. Okay, you can divide this number also, 2 upon 5, you will get 0.4, or else you can keep your answer in fraction also. No problem, still you will get full marks. After finding the value of p, as we got the first, that is p, now we'll write the formula for standard deviation. Okay, so for standard deviation of x, what is the formula? It's square root of variance of x, or else we can say npq. So here we'll write npq. So in simple language, if you want to find standard deviation of x, so we require the value of n, which is there 25, p, it is there 2 upon 5. Okay, so we have to find q. Again we'll apply the same formula, that is p plus q equals to 1. So therefore 2 upon 5 plus q equals to 1. So therefore q equals to 1 minus 2 upon 5 cross, so 5 minus 2 upon 5, which is equals to 3 by 5. Okay, so we'll substitute the value of n, p and q here. So what is n? It is 25. What is p? 2 by 5. What is q? 3 by 5. So here can I say 5 5 it is 25, so 25 25 get cancelled. 2 3 it is 6, and we know that square root of 6, it is imperfect square root. We cannot find the answer for square root of 6, as it is an irrational number, and it is and we cannot convert this pure set into mixed also. Yes or no? So we'll keep this root 6 as it is. So here we got the answer of standard deviation of x, that is a root of 6. Understood? So now let's move on to the next one, the last sum. As in the last sum it says that n equals to 10. Third sum, n equals to 10. E of x is what? 8, and we have to find v of x, which is equals to question mark. Of course, as we have e of x, so we'll apply the formula of e of x first. Yes or no? What is the formula? It is np. E of x is 8, n is what? 10. So here we'll get what? P. So 8 upon 10 equals to p. So therefore p equals to 2 4s are 2 5s are, so this is 4 upon 5. Understood? Now what is the next? We have to find variance of x. To find the variance of x, we require, what is the formula? First we'll see for variance of x. That is npq. Yes or no? npq. npq. Okay, so now, so here we have the value of n, 10. What is the value of p? 4 upon 5. Okay, here we don't have the value of q, so first we'll find the value of q. Again we'll use this one, the fourth formula of type number 1, p plus q equals to 1. So p plus q equals to 1, so therefore 4 upon 5 plus q equals to 1, so therefore q equals to 1 minus 4 upon 5. So cross it, so you will get what? 1 by 5. Yes or no? So substitute the value 1 by 5 here. Okay, so here we can say cancel this 5 and 10, 5 ones are 5 twos are. Okay, any further cancellation we cannot do. So 2 fours are 8, 8 ones are 8, and this is 5. So we left with what? 8 upon 5 as a final answer for v of x. Understood? Any doubt? Okay, so this was the type number 1, in which you will see the ready-made values of NPQ. Simply you have to apply the formula. As for the expected value, it is NP. For expected value we use E of x, variance we use V of x, and which is equals to NPQ. Standard deviation, the formula is square root of NPQ, and the fourth one is P plus Q equals to 1. As already I had explained what is the meaning of NP and Q. But don't worry, in the next lecture we're gonna see this each and every part in detail. The meaning of N, C, X, P, Q, each and everything in detail. You will come to know exact meaning of N, P, Q. C is what? Combination. As I said, that permutation and combination, especially the combination chapter which was there in the 11th standard, it will play an important role in this chapter. Each and everything, the formulas of combination, the basic things which was there in the 11th standard. We'll take a short revision of that part also in the next lecture, next video lecture. And a small thing, what do you mean by exactly, at least, at most, each and everything in detail in the next lecture. I hope so you all understood the type number 1. So in the next video lecture, in the lecture, we're gonna see the type number 2, which is based on the binomial distribution. As out of 12 sums, the majority of the sum, it is based on the type number 2. As the type number 2, the format of the question will be in statement sum. Statement sum means what? You have to understand, read and understand the meaning of the statement, the sentence. After that, you have to find the value of NPQ from the given question. As you will have the sums like this. The sums will be in this format. You have to read the question, you have to understand. As here we have some values, numbers, you can see 6, 5, yes, on 1, 2. So, so according to the condition, when you will read the question, you will come to know the value of what is N, what is X, what is P, what is Q. Okay, so in detail we'll see in the next lecture. So that's the end of the type number 1.